live together on multiple platforms. Looks like YouTube, X, Twitch, Kick, Rumble. And we are running this off of the one and only Restream. And I'm just going to look at what we've got for music and what we have for slides. Would have loved to seen this guy right here make it to the Super Bowl. That just didn't happen this year. I don't know why. Puka Nacua. Only one other player I thought was better than him this year. And Jason Smith Najigba, who was Offensive Player of the Year. And rightly so. It wasn't contested in any way. Here's another person I thought was worth a mention. We've got George Pickens of the Dallas Cowboys. And he has played exceptionally well since leaving, the Steelers. It seems like he's got his head better together than he did before. Bo Nix, unfortunately, also played really well. I had predicted that he would make it to the Super Bowl, but that did not happen. He broke his ankle and they fell short. Would have been, I think, a very different final if that had been the case, but that just wasn't in the cards. It's another athlete that I thought, unfortunately, had a great year, but it ended badly. And the unfortunately part is the injury and torn ACL. He's recovering. It's part of, the journey of being a football player, right? How many times can you come back from these injuries, though? And how hard is it to come back, right? We've got who I felt were the two best coaches this year. And the one won, and rightly so. To take a team that was 4-0 and 4 wins. Like, come on, guys. 4 wins in a whole year. This year, the schedule has been on their side. They've done very well. No doubt about it. And then you've got Caleb Williams, who did not go to the awards this year, which I found interesting. This is probably the saddest news. Will this affect him long term? I highly doubt it. I think he'll come back stronger. Knowing him, he's going to have to learn to maybe not run as much, which is part of his game, because he might slow down. But nobody works at it harder than him. Here's another individual that I feel has insane nutrition, is just a workhorse, plays hurt, gets results. Is he the beast he was when he first came into the league? No. No, he's not. He's not. We have, here, I'll put it up here for you. If you need yourself to be promoted, I suggest these people right here. There you go. Thank you for leaving a comment. I appreciate that. I don't know if it's AI generated, but just the same, thank you. I appreciate you. All right, Mike McDonald, I feel, is an underrated, unappreciated mastermind, and just is not, a sexy choice for a lot of people. He just isn't. But as it comes as a coach, many people that were with the Ravens were wanting him to be the coach. and not letting him go and letting Harbaugh leave earlier. Harbaugh will have to see what he formulates around him. He is really good at spotting talent and having talent around him in the new year. I think everybody is happy for Matthew. Matthew had a great year. Will Matthew have another great year? It's hard to know. Will he get injured? He was very hurt. I don't know if you could tell. He was hobbling everywhere, but he's a tough guy. They're going to have to pay him. And if they don't pay him, somebody will. I guarantee you. I know he wants to stay there. I know he doesn't need the money. So maybe they won't have to pay him the highest grid, but enough to where he feels valued, right? And respected. And that's the part of the game that people don't realize is that you play every week and you never know how injured you're going to get. This could be your last game. And a lot of people just don't see that element of it. It's just entertainment. And here's the other thing. Every year, there's fresh new talent. There's a new draft. So you have to compete with that as well. And it doesn't matter what your resume was before. Look at how far Drake May has come in 2 years. In 2 years, he has become somewhat of a household name. Is he of the same stature, have the same resume as Matthew Stafford? Of course not. But for a quarterback that has been in the league for only 2 years, he is showing great promise. If they win the Super Bowl, which is not likely, if you look at every betting agency, heavily favored are the Seahawks. Why? There's more depth there. But we know that anything can happen any given Sunday, right? We know that. Here's two coaches again. Liam Cohen, I thought was exceptional to bring the Jaguars back as well as he did this year. It was phenomenal. He is one of those great, inspiring, hardworking coaches. Will they do as well this year? We'll have to see what the roster's like. I think the Browns made a huge mistake getting rid of this guy. Not that I was the biggest fan of him every week, but I think that was a mistake. Where he's headed, I think he'll do great things. I really do. Drake May, though, is going to have to be almost like a Josh Allen. He's going to have to run out of harm's way and put himself at risk maybe near the end of the game. You know, there is no coming back from this. There is no 2 out of 3. It's you get the 60 minutes and what you make of that 60 minutes. I think it's going to come down to a lot of field goals today. I think it's going to be a tight game. I think we're also going to see a lot of running. I think both teams are going to try to run the ball. I think they're going to be successful at running the ball in the fourth quarter because a lot of the backs will be very exhausted. And if it's defensive, the defense will be absolutely exhausted, I'd say, by the third quarter. And it might open up a bit. If you are a fantasy football lover, I highly recommend the person you see on the top here, making sure that he is on your team if he's available in your draft this year. I think he's going to have a breakout year. There has been all kinds of rumors, though, this year that Joe Burrow may be considering moving on, that it might be time, that he's running out of, time to make a difference. And they don't seem to be able to put the pieces in front of him to keep him safe, which is a tall order. I think Mike will be a lot happier this year being, with Jim Harbaugh. I think that's going to be a lot funner environment. He's going to be able to focus on the things that bring him joy. And he is so good. He's one of the masterminds when it comes to schematics of offense. I think it was too much for him to be a head coach. And I think a lot of individuals just don't have it in them to be all the pieces you need to be. Coaches now are almost CEOs as well, which means you have to be really good with the press. And I would give him a C. All right, let's see who else we've got here. Is this individual going to find work as a commentator this year? Is he going to continue to be an inspiration to Jackson and, Dart? Jackson, Dart, and him have great chemistry. I think they respect each other, have a lot of fun. He knows the ins and outs of the leagues. He could be a great mentor. Russell Wilson, I'm 99% sure is gone. We won't see him. And this is a guy that you like to have in your locker room. He is, always on the upside. He's fun. He makes, I think, the hard times a little easier, and that's the spiritual side of football. Is you have to have people, in the room that can help heal when things are bad, and they can be bad throughout the year. All right, let's have a look here. Let's see what we have here. Well, we know how all this went. The Bills choked, right, this year. Kansas City is no longer even considered a huge threat anymore. And the Texans showed promise this year. They actually showed promise. Kansas City went off the rails. Buffalo showed some huge problems with the coaching staff. A lack of class when it came to the ownership. And Denver also showed some cracks as well. I think they did well. The problem is you can't expect quarterbacks to last the whole year. If you have them in there nonstop, they're going to get hurt. Even Josh Allen was hobbling around. Caleb Williams was hobbling around. It is a really tough position. And you never get time to heal your body. You're going from one injury to the next. But it just goes to show you how unique this year is with football. And I'm glad that it switched up. I was starting to get bored of the same narrative every year. I have to be honest. And it's great to see that. Is Detroit going to have a rebound this year? Are they going to be able to come back? Is there any amount of prayer that can fix, Detroit? Unfortunately, with Detroit, what happened there is their best weapons, coaching, left and went on and did very well. And don't ever underestimate, what coaching can do to a team, the structure of it. It's not just a few plays and let's see how lucky you can get. This was, I thought, one of the best games this year. I fully enjoyed it. Let's get rid of Gibbs there. Okay, let's see if we can make this a little bigger. Neither one of these teams made it to the end. Who would have ever predicted that the Rams wouldn't have been in it? Devontae Adams was pretty much shattered at the end of the game. It was a very tough haul for everybody involved. If you look at this photograph right here, it's not a photograph, it's actually an AI rendering. Look at here, I'm just going to show this to you. Remove this and have it big screen. If you look at the very front of this photograph or this AI rendering, at the very front of the pile is Drake May. Drake May is at the front. He's leading the pack. Then you see Darnold, Sam Darnold as well. what's wild is it's not that far off. And all these legends fell to the wayside this year, right? Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts, Brock Purdy, Aaron Rodgers, Matthew Stafford. That was an upset. And if you look at Trevor Lawrence, he had a hell of a comeback year. Caleb Williams was in the running. And even Bryce Young, who's near the front there, also showed signs of great progress this year and gave, the league some hope that he might be able to do it. Embrace the journey. We're back and we're on track. I hope you enjoyed that. That was created, that image that you saw there was Suno, and it's a 10-second image. You can also now, with Suno, make hooks. And hooks are great. I hope you enjoyed that last song. It was one of my favorite smooth songs that I made. What I did recently, though, is I went back to some of the tracks I made and kind of sliced and diced up the lyrics and tried my best to find new, I guess, meaning for these songs. And I'll be playing some of those in a few minutes here. But this one is the same image that you see here. It's got old songs and new songs mixed together, and they call that meshing. I hope you enjoy it. This is Shout, MGB, Hold the Keys.
Free flowing energy, loves to be felt in a world so crazy. Don't lose your way, don't lose yourself. Choose to live in the present moment. That's where we're represent. Deep within your soul, there's a secret dream. Hold on tight, don't let it go. Let it gleam, let it gleam. Shout it from the rooftops, let your spirit soar. MGB holds the keys, a source of inspiration and more. Shout MGB, feel the love, feel the light. In the present, in the prayer, we rise tonight. Free flowing energy, life to be felt. Right here, right now, let your fears all melt. I believe in the power of prayer. It is a great place to start when you need to heal your heart. When the road gets tough and you're feeling down, remember you're stronger than you think. Don't let it drown. Keep moving forward. Don't you ever give in. Pray for guidance. Let the divine support begin. Shout it from the rooftops. Let your spirit soar. MGB holds the keys, a source of inspiration and more. Shout MGB, feel the love, feel the light. In the present, in the prayer, we rise tonight. Shout MGB is a community of like-minded people. A place where we connect and feel equal. Don't let this world break your spirit. Keep believing in you. Hold on to your dreams, they will see you through. Never stop being a source of love. The universe shines with you. With a timeless wisdom that whispers hope. Choose to be light, your desire more. Shout MGB will set your soul free. Far beyond the worries of the day. So shout it from the rooftops, let your spirit soar. MGB holds the keys, a source of inspiration and more. Shout MGB, feel the love, feel the light. In the present, in the prayer, we rise tonight. We are here to heal the weary and broken-hearted souls. Wrap yourself in an embrace of love. Free flowing energy, life to be felt. Right here, right now, let your fears all melt. Shout MGB, feel the light.
Good morning, Tony. And good morning to KORN1999. Thank you for being here as well. And multiple people on Twitter, which what is weird is the comments on Twitter now don't go on Restream, and they used to. I don't know. It's weird. Maybe it's not considered the same activity, but thank you to all the individuals that are here with us on multiple platforms. Thank you to Tony, who's trying to bump up the optics for us today. If you look at here, it says 7 passes, TDs, 132.1 passer rating on third down when trailing, best in the NFL. I would have loved to seen him in the Super Bowl. It just wasn't in the cards. I would have loved to seen Matthew Stafford in the Super Bowl. That just wasn't in the cards. Or Josh Allen. That would have been mind-blowing. But again, everybody was a mess. Who do you think is going to win, Tony? And are you still doing a show at 9:30? Or no, 10:30? 10:30. Is the show still on? Do we have anything to talk about? Should we do one in the afternoon? Is that better for you? Today's going to be great. Today's the Super Bowl. Not allowed to really talk about the Super Bowl. There's some kind of problem with that in the States. I love this here. This is for Tony. What's your favorite thing to do in the morning? What is your favorite thing to do in the morning? For me, it's probably getting that first cup of coffee. I've got lovely Barbara beside me here. She's editing some of her videos, having her first cup of coffee. And she's trying to be quiet. I told her it doesn't matter. This was a great game this year. Do you remember this one, guys? God, that was a nail biter. That could have went either way, and there were so many games this year that way. It just goes to show you, today will probably be, I think, a blowout. And I think Seattle is going to win. Only because they have more weapons. And Drake May was having shoulder issues. Now, they didn't bring it up. Okay, we're going to do a little bit of the spiritual side here for you as well. So we've got, sometimes in life, we just need a hug. No words, no advice, just a hug to make you feel better. Yeah, I can. Okay, so do you want to do something at 10:30? Because if you do, we can do that. Is 10:30 good for you? Would you rather 11? Just tell me in the comments. That would be great. Maybe you can get your breakfast and everything done. This was one of the best players this year when it mattered most. DJ Moore. I don't think anybody expected some of those miraculous catches that he had. This is crazy. This goes to show you how strong a coach Mike McDonald is. Right here, let's see if I can have it where you guys can see it better. There you go. When facing an opponent he's already played that season, he's 8-0. So in other words, he's already fixed to know the script of what they're doing. Look at the intensity in his eyes. It's pretty wild. Can I make it bigger here? No. Championship Sunday. Yeah, that was, we know the outcome of that. There's still fallout from this. I don't know if you guys know that, but Broncos fired multiple coordinators out of a tantrum, I think. LA is now going to have to find a way to get Matt Stafford to come back, who was the MVP quarterback of the year. It was insanely close. It came down to one vote. Drake May lost by one vote, or lost the ability to tie. Now I have a question. If it's a tie, do both people get? Maybe it can't. The way the numbers are, it can't be a tie. Yeah, and here was the wild card. You remember this? This was pretty sad. Let's have a look here. I will not ever forget seeing the Eagles go down as quickly as they did. And the Chargers just looked beat up and outclassed. San Fran, I thought, did exceptionally well considering how long they played with no assets. All of their players were injured. And Josh Allen, hopefully with the new coach, which is not really an old coach, but we'll see. They did change some of the pieces around. I think it was a very classless act the way it was done. I was never a big fan of the coaching, period. But we'll have to see. Liam Cohen, on the other hand, of the Jaguars, I thought played exceptionally well. He was a great navigator and inspirer of the teams. Okay, here we go. This is a cool slide. So we have George Kittle, most receiving touchdowns by a tight end last 5 seasons. Mark Andrews, 36. Travis Kelce at 34. And Hunter Henry at 26. So it goes to show you that Travis Kelce, even though he's getting older, he still is one of the better tight ends in the league, which is great. I find it extremely interesting that this individual did not go to the award show with the NFL. I'm not really knowing what's going on there. This is kind of sad right here. John Brody, who played for San Fran, he died this year, and he was a major factor, I believe, in the 60s. It's a little bit before my time of... Oh, look at this. This is the... Okay, let's put this in here as well. All right. We'll get rid of Caleb. I'll set it up in a few. Okay, so Tony is going to do the show, and I will continue to move forward until he's close. All right, let's see if we can get this. All right, we're good. Get rid of John Brody here. The wild card. All right, much better. DeMarcus Lawrence with 51 pressures. Brian Murphy the second with 46. Leonard Williams with 45. Wow. That's impressive. That is impressive to have 5 players with 40 plus pressures. Interesting. So that may be part of the reason why they're doing so well this year. One of my favorite players in the comeback category is Trevor Lawrence. And here's a great shot of him right there. How do you think he'll do next year? I think he'll do great. I think he's destined for a phenomenal year. They brought him back. I was a little worried they wouldn't. Anybody know who this is? This is Matt LaFleur. And he has been the coach of Green Bay for a very long time. Will they pay him according to his performance? His performance this year was okay. He was a mid-tier coach, I thought, this year. This may be the best year that I've seen Matt Stafford in probably the last, three years? That was a great team. That they are not going to have a lineup like that again. If there ever was a time that they should have won, it was this year. And this has just been a crazy year when it comes to the NFL. Okay, here we go. We always do quotes, so let's get one in here. I'll get rid of Matthew Stafford. All right. To be kind is more important than to be right. Many times, what people need is not a brilliant mind that speaks, but a special heart that listens. And that is F. Scott Fitzgerald. That's beautiful. And here's one of my favorite photographs this year. I need that for something else. All right, let's have a quick look here. This is another graph of the tight ends this year. Tyler Warren was phenomenal until he got injured. Kyle Pitts had flashes. Colston Loveland was, I think, one of the key pieces to the Bears' victories that they had, because they were not expected to do as well as they did. Trey McBride, many people feel, is the best tight end this year. And then we have, last but not least, Travis Kelce in this. Now, he has been talking about retiring, but not seriously. I think he feels like he's got maybe 1 or 2 more years. I think he wants to see if they can develop something and maybe have a chance to become the Super Bowl kings again. I don't know if that's going to happen. That's not within the reach of responsible thoughts, considering their key player, Patrick Mahomes, just tore his ACL and is in the midst of healing. Let's do one here. Happiness is not a destination, but the way of seeing. That's Buddha. I always like to do Buddhist. Oh, this is insane. Look at this. Got to put this up. So we have, look at this, 1 billion YouTube views for First Things First. That is utterly insane. And it goes to show you the power of YouTube. YouTube now is the #1 network in the world. It is incredible. It is better than Sony. It is better than Universal for numbers. It has a longer engagement. People spend hours upon hours on there. It is better than Facebook, Twitter. It doesn't matter what you want to do. If you want to learn how to fix something, or if you need advice on your pet's behavior, where the weather may be going in the next 20 minutes, there's somebody doing something about it. All the talking heads for football, I use YouTube. I was telling my wife the other day that if I was to use one format, only one format, it can only have one channel, it would be YouTube. And YouTube does not look like it is going to have any problems in the future keeping that audience. This is Shout MGB is a divine place. Enjoy.
In the direction there's healing to be found. Higher in spirit grow. No more division, no more chains to break. We're one vibration for heaven's sake. Lift your voice, let the healing sound echo through the heavens all around. Free flowing energy, can you feel it too? Living in the present, miracles come through. Ooh, prayer has power, it's where we begin to heal our hearts. Let the love within shout MGB. Ooh yeah, divine. Ooh, shout it out. Unity with love and grace. Feel the embrace. 3C going worldwide. Ooh yeah, so you let it far and wide. Oh, let it ride. Shout MGB. Yeah, we're shining bright in the love, in the light every day and at night. Keep shining your beautiful light. Keep shining your beautiful light. Shout MGB forever and fly. Ooh,
This is a exciting showdown that's about to happen. For the first time in person in 10 years, you're going to see Stephen A. Smith and Skip Bayless talk about football. And it hopefully is going to be a mutual, wonderful, respectful exchange. I think they've had 10 years to grow and understand, and I think there was a lot of ego involved with what happened there before. These guys have such respect for each other. You know, they see the skill sets that each has. You know, I think Drake May respects the journey that Sam Darnold's been through, you know, being tossed around 5 teams. He's done it the hard way. There's never been a story like the Sam Darnold story. He has great potential of winning, right? This is one of the bets that somebody made. Cooper Kupp, will he come forward? I think he will. I think he'll do great today. I think Stefan Diggs needs to make it happen somehow. I think he needs to be focused. He needs to be a positive force. Jackson Smith Najigma is, you know, someone that it can't be contained. He is really difficult to cover. All right, here we go. Top 10 players. We've got Jackson Smith Njigba, Devin Witherspoon, Kenneth Walker III, Sam Darnold are the first 4. Number 5, Drake May, Stefan Diggs, good old Nick, Mike, DeMarcus Lawrence, Milton Williams. All right, we'll see how that unfolds. Here's one of the teams that I think will rebuild next year and do quite well, especially if they do half decent with the draft process. Do they need to look for a quarterback? I don't think so. I think Brock Purdy looked really good this year. Even their backup is good. Return of the Mac, right? Mac Jones. Most Super Bowl appearances. New England Patriots with 12. Pittsburgh Steelers with 8. San Francisco 49ers with 8. Dallas Cowboys with 8. And Denver Broncos with 8. This is very cool. Look at where Kenneth Walker is on this chart. That is awesome. We all know how much I love Devon Achane. J.K. Dobbins was great at times. Ashton Genty showed that he had great potential. Zach Carbonet is, I think, still injured and is out for the year. I think that's done. Chase Brown, Been talking about him all year. Here's someone that's been kind of under the radar: Jordan Mason. R.J. Harvey had a great year. Josh Jacobs, James Cook, David Montgomery, Saquon Barkley, Kareem Hunt, which is a player that our dear friend Tony D loves to talk about. David Montgomery, I think, is due for a great year for fantasy football in the new year, so I would keep an eye out for him. DeAndre Swift, if healthy, is always good, but that's interesting. Tony Pollard with a new coach might be a lot better, a schematic coach. Rico Dowley, Derrick Henry, and Woody Marks, who came on fire, which is the Texas running back who did quite well near the end of the season until he got banged up a bit. And that is the problem with football. Everybody gets hurt sooner or later. All right, so let's have another look at this. This was generated with Suno, and this costs 200 credits. You get about, I think, 8,000 credits per month or something. So 200 is not a big deal if it's a song you really like. Play it again here for you. But that's exceptional. Really, really good. And then from that, you can make a snippet and make it a hook. And the hooks right now are pushing engagement on Suno. Suno is doing quite well. And what you're watching right now with me is the Shout MGB community with Michael Bathurst. Join us for an inspiring day of connection and growth. That's very nice. All right, what do we got here? See what we have in the video. I'm going to have a quick look. I think I've used pretty much everything I've got. Let's try this one. All right, now you can upgrade your plan and have 10 tracks. I only have 5. 5 I find is good. The tune that we played earlier was called Embracing the Change. We also played Shout MGB, Hold the Keys. We played Shout MGB is a Divine Place. And we're going to pretty much end off the show with Watching the Angels. Enjoy. I think this is a brilliant hire. Love that track. One of my favorites of all time, that one. But if you were looking at the slides at all, you could see that we have Patrick Mahomes here. We have crazy weather, and the weather is going to go down to 22 below today, and I think it's already there. It's going to feel like a wind chill of minus 30, which isn't fun. Here's an oldie but a goodie picture there. This is one of my favorite shots of these two. I think it would be very sad not to have these two playing together. There has been rumor that A.J. Brown is open to coming to the Baltimore Ravens and feels like his assets would be used right here. This is one of my favorite players in the league. I think he's just going to get progressively better every year as he matures, which is phenomenal. What are we going to do with this super talent? We just need him on the right team. Kyle Murray, what is the deal with him? I think right coach, right situation, that could be completely turned around in no time at all. All right, let's do this one here. Under the Same Sun. This is one of my favorite tunes. Is he going to continue to be a starter, or is he going to be an exceptional back in the sense of a backup when they need him? Very gifted, good arm, just something missing. I'm not sure what. As you can see, a great deal of money has been put towards Jordan Love. 4 years, $220 million deal with the average of $55 million. Plus, we've got now Micah Parsons, a 4-year deal at $220 million at roughly 55. So that's, I would say, about 30% of the cap is being spent on two players. Hopefully they're getting the bang for the buck that they think they're going to get. Under the Sun, enjoy.
We got hearts that beat under the same sky. No matter where you're from, you and I align. Let your kindness ripple, let the storm unwind. Time's our currency, let's spend it divine. Compassion is a seed that grows our light. Spark of love can heal the darkest fight. The world's in need of hands that hold not light. Together we'll shine through the endless night. Words can wound, but love can make us whole. Exchange a profit for a richer soul. We're all just vessels with the burning gold, pouring out the love to keep the story told. Passion is a seed that grows our light. The spark of love can heal the darkest fight. The world's in need of hands that hold not light. Together we'll shine through the endless night. Stop the war, bitter heartbeats, let them sink. Fill the glass, now break it, this ain't just a drink. Smile like the sun, tell me what you think. Go within us, flows no limit to the brink. Like a war, bitter heartbeats, let them sink. Fill the glass, now break it, this hand is a drink. Smile like the sun, tell me what you think. Go within us, flows no limit to the passion is a seed that grows our light. The spark of love can heal the darkest fight. The world's in need of hands that hold not light. Together we'll shine through the endless night.
Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate you and all that you do. That is Tia dreaming in the background there, chasing somebody. I usually get that on the broadcast. Here? That's so cute. Have a wonderful time. If you can, try to meet up with us in probably about 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Tony and I, and hopefully a couple of other characters, will do a pre-Super Bowl show. I don't know how much we can talk about. Unfortunately, everybody's been banging that drum now for 2 weeks. All right. See you in a